know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday. where we just take a little break from the sneaker talk, even though we got a lot of stuff going on in the sneaker world right now. That's steadily, like a story that's still steadily developing that we also found out technically on Thursday, but I believe the news officially is just growing and growing. So we're going to be talking about that on Wednesday. Looking forward to obviously sold out on Wednesday. So as y'all coming out, y'all smash that like button. Sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and then it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk where we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, pretty much if I don't get the content out in time, you will most likely find the information over there, and it's free to sign up. Tonight's topic, man. Y'all know I actually, like I told y'all on Saturday, I couldn't wait to talk about this one. And, of course, we're talking Diddy. Pause, right? Okay. Or no Diddy in this case, but he's been sentenced, man. That happened on Friday. Pretty much, he's been sentenced to 4 years and I believe a $500,000 fine. So we're gonna be doing that. Look like he has plans to appeal as well. So we're gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'll probably start that at like the 30-minute marks that I have left on the live, because something tells me it's gonna be time consuming. Because to be honest, there's a lot that plays into that, and I'll keep it 100. If anybody feels some type of way about the sentencing, it's me, because I feel like this is my thing. Anybody I ever talk to about the whole situation, for the people who understand where I'm coming from, they completely get it. But for the people who just didn't like him or saying he deserved this because XYZ, that part I gotta debunk, right? Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about that tonight a little bit. So again, I've had to talk to several people who are like, yeah, he got what he deserved. I'm like, no, he didn't. I don't see what law he technically broke, right? Okay, so obviously, I'm assuming they're going to have to appeal. And seeing as how he's already on, like, this is a federal case, if I'm not mistaken, I'm curious how the appeal is going to go. Because, I mean, usually you appeal stuff to that Supreme Court is what I think of it, right? So I'm very curious if he's already going through that with them. Is it a certain process, which I'm sure it is. And to be honest, man, I think he stands a great chance of winning the appeal. Now, here's the downside about the legal system, right? Anybody and everybody and their mama know the legal system don't move the fastest when they've already made a verdict. It seems some people get their stuff overturned and it took years. Not saying I hope that's the case for Diddy here, but you know what I'm saying? It could take some time, right? And we're going to start off first with Dame Dash, though. It looks like he's threatening a $100 million RICO lawsuit, right? Okay, so I want to go down that rabbit hole. Also, I know he keeps bringing up Jay-Z and keep talking Jay-Z. So I want to talk about that and get my thoughts on that as well. So pretty much that's the only two topics I'm going to cover tonight, because I only plan to be on this joint for like an hour. So as y'all coming out, y'all smash that like button and sub up. So we're going to start with Dame Dash, right? Okay. Again, he says nothing positive about Jay-Z, but at the same time, dog, you can't have your hand held forever, right? And I also want to say this too before I get too deep in the live. Whole live alleged, right? I don't know. All I'm doing is reading this stuff and giving my feedback on it. But at the same time, I have no dog in this fight. So I'm going to say whole live alleged and slightly loosely based on just opinions, right? Okay. Again, y'all already know how I feel about the Diddy joint. So y'all let me know how visual and audio is whenever you guys come in here. If everything's good, then, you know, just give me a thumbs up or something like that. But we're going to start the Dame Dash case, man. And to be honest, dog, I really do want to start with the Puffy joint, but I feel like I'll talk the whole live about the Puffy joint. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking P. Diddy for the people who don't know who Diddy is. Used to be Puff Daddy. I mean, he changed the name to Brother Love. He's changed his name several times, right? Okay. Again, everybody has something negative to say, but I just feel like that case was not handled properly or not the proper sentencing considering what he was actually facing, what he's considering doing. Now, I know what a lot of people saying that's a win for him because he was looking at a total, if the judge would have gave him the max for both sentences, which I don't think nobody was banking on that. And I know the prosecution was asking for 11 years and he ended up getting 4 with time served. He's probably going to get a year and some change. So he'll still have to do 3 years. Do half he's got to do, I think in the feds usually when it's like local, right, you got to do 50% of the time. So everybody keeps saying, well, he'll be home in a year, but I'm like, feds, I think you got to do 85% of the time. So he's gonna have to knock out at least a strong year and some change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody's thinking 2026, but I'm thinking it's probably be more closer to 2027. with Stretch. Just depends with good behavior and him. He's gonna probably keep fighting it the entire time. I feel like if Lanez is still doing it, Tory Lanez off mode but on mode, Diddy can fight it a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? He's got access to the bags. You know what I'm saying? But let's start with Dame Dash, Jordan. I didn't mean to go on that quick rant, but it's kind of hard not to, right? Okay. So we're gonna be talking Dame Dash. Let's see what he's talking about as he threatens his lawsuit, and he also has something to say, I guess, about Jay-Z. So let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds, and then again, we should be getting the party started right here. So let me make sure share screen, and boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. Hopefully everything is looking good and visuals is okay. So it looks like Dame Dash threatens a $100 million RICO lawsuit amid ongoing legal battle, right? Okay. How can he make these threats? But we'll see. It says Dame Dash vows legal action against former partners, accusing them of fraud, defamation, and coordinated $100 million or $100 million scheme, right? Okay. Dame in the hustle bag right now, man. Let's just keep it 100. While Dame may not be flat broke, like, you know, he's trying. I know he's filed for what is it, bankruptcy. I know he's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Dame is, you know, I think his problem is, to me, is his attitude. Other than that, I think he's got a great business mindset for the most part. I mean, he just get a little too overly aggressive and probably talks himself out of a lot of deals. Again, you don't make the type of money that Dame make by accident. You know what I'm saying? Dame didn't just make like $1 million, $2 million. Dame at one point was worth $60 million, if not more. So obviously he knows how to handle money, I would think. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go broke overnight, because that can happen too. It says Dame Dash has threatened to sue several of his former collaborators and legal adversaries for $100 million in a civil RICO suit, escalating his years-long fraud over ownership and credit disputes related to his film and business ventures. So Dame kind of going through it right now. He pulled up on the interview. This is my thing, though. Dame, this is my thing, right? And I know Dame is this is the last person he want to be taking legal advice from. But dog, this is my thing. Sometimes you just got to know when you keep your mouth closed and just grind and work behind the scenes and get to the bag. Which I'm not saying he doesn't do that, but I'm saying, like, to be honest, he always rushes to defend himself too quickly. Which I get it, you have the right to defend yourself, but I mean, if you think about this, comparing him to his mogul, which is Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z just got Instagram maybe a year ago, and he using it literally for business. Not saying every celebrity don't, but Jay-Z don't talk on social media. He don't do all that. Neither does Nas. You know what I'm saying? Those guys just work and keep getting to the bag. Dang, take notes. You know what I'm saying? I know that you can get it too, but you ain't gotta cut your phone, run to your phone on. You know what I'm saying? Or we would not have seen where your teeth was falling out, or you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, where I know he's getting the stuff fixed. But yeah, dog, you ain't gotta explain everything. They gonna put your name in the news more for bad than good. I'm pretty sure he's done a lot of great things that you don't even know about. You know what I mean? It says, according to the court filings from the Southern District of New York, Dash sent a formal notice on September 17, 2025, announcing his intent to sue a group including filmmaker Josh Weber, producer Tony White, actress Claudia Jordan, attorney Christopher Brown, and others. And wow, so the guy that he actually lost the lawsuit against, he's gonna take a civil suit against him, which is interesting. Which means civil means even if Dame wins, nobody's going to jail. Most likely, you just gotta sell a lot of your stuff, or you gotta pay him. It's civil basically means money. It's not a criminal case, from what I'm trying to get at here. Because I was very curious how the hell he's suing people. He says, in the letter, Dash accuses the parties of fraud, perjury, theft of intellectual property, defamation, tortious interference, harassment, and financial manipulation, claiming he has suffered more than $100 million in damages. Now, I'm assuming if Dame even says he can get half of this, which, I mean, it's going to be a shot in the dark. I'm not saying he ain't got a case here, but some tells me these people that you're suing, they're going to fight back. They're not just going to take this line down. You know what I mean? So that stuff can play out for years, you know? Is it really worth it to sue somebody sometimes? You see where a lot of people celebrities get accused of things that they didn't do, and then they just like once the case is over, it's whatever. I know Cardi B has done it, but I mean to be honest, dog, you're taking a shot at the dark. I mean, a lot of celebrities look like I don't want to waste my time or money trying to go after them with some money that they don't have or may not have, right? It says Dash alleges that he conceived, financialed, and directed the list, later retitled Dear Frank, but was cut off the project and never compensated. He claims the film producers and legal representatives conspired this misappropriate his work, remove his credits, and defame him publicly. Says in the same demand letter, Dash also accuses attorney Chris Brown, not the singer, this is an attorney, right, of orchestrating fraudulent litigation through multiple coordinated lawsuits designed to damage his reputation and finances, ultimately forcing him into bankruptcy, which I told you guys I knew that was going to come out in this joint right here. He claims that Brown and others manipulated his assets, including his equality in Rockefeller. Yeah, his equally, like his Rockefeller, like pretty much his worth in Rockefeller Incorporated, and interfered with his legal representation in order to trigger a default judgment. The filing also details Dash grievances over alleged business misappropriation and cannabis venture with Larry Smith, who Dash says excluded him in the profits tied to a strand he developed with Cameron called Pink Mink. Interesting. So Dame coming back for all these guys, man. Now whether this is true or not, I don't know, because I mean, to be honest, Dame, I hate to say it, but every time you come out with these type of suits, I honestly be like trying to ride for you, but then people can debunk it and this, that, and the third. I don't know if people just got a natural hate for Dame or what, or if he's really just telling the truth, but they know if he was to go put, they gonna, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just seems like he's been having a lot of bad luck lately, for real. Says Dash letter demands that the accused parties issue public retraction, cease all defamatory activity, provided profit accountings from his projects, and pay $100 million within 14 days or face a federal RICO. So I'm assuming they're gonna face the federal RICO, Dane. If the guy, you think about it, he's giving them 2 weeks to pay them $100 million, and you think they're gonna really, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, if they already won the case criminally, that he's, you know, the case he already kind of won, that he lost against in that default judgment, I mean, to be honest, dog, is on hard. And I'm not saying it can't be done, because if you think about, for example, OJ's case, criminally wise, he won, right? He was found not guilty. On the civil side of things, he's lost. You know what I'm saying? So, which is weird, but I'm assuming he didn't care, because I mean, it's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we got Ray Johnson in the building. Says, damn, Dash acts hungry. His biggest problem is he's too soft and so quick to respond instead of chilling. That's facts. I agree. I'll say this. He does react to everything for whatever. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And then two, I'm going to say this. I ain't going to say that he's soft. He just like always feel like he's always in defensive mode, dog. If you're doing what you're supposed to and grinding, you ain't got to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to do the lawsuits, that's fine. But I mean, you ain't got to run to the internet about it. Which, ironically, I don't think he ran to the internet about this one. It just kind of came out as public knowledge, I guess. It says, the fiery notice comes as Dash remains embroidered in multiple ongoing court battles. Just days after his RICO threat, attorney for Weber and Moody Water Pictures filed a letter with the court arguing that the proceedings continue against Dash Company, Poppington LLC, and despite Dash bankruptcy filing, the plaintiffs are seeking to sell Poppington's films assets, including Horror Up and Too Honorable, and the album Welcome to Black Rock, through a U.S. Marshal auction, arguing that Dash has no legal authority to hold the sale. So again, they're trying to get it by any means from Dame, and I feel like Dame is just not handing it over. I'm not even saying he don't even got it, you know what I'm saying? But he's filed for bankruptcy. I mean, a lot of people, and this is the thing, people that's taking shots at him too, like 50 and stuff like that, how he's known for being a troll. Let's not act like when, and off mode, but on mode, right? Let's not act like when 50 Cent lost those major lawsuits against one against what, Rick Ross' baby mama for showing her sex tape out and his commentary on it and this, that, and the third. He lost and had to pay, right? I think he had to pay her like $7 million or something like that. Allegedly, don't quote me. Now, fun fact also how that story ends too. The lady, from what I got from a majority of that went to the attorney, and she didn't get the bag she got is already gone, allegedly. Don't quote me though. So I mean, at the end of the day, like Fifth paid up, but I mean, it is what it is. But keep in mind, I say all that to say, didn't Fifth file for bankruptcy when all that was going on too? Because he was doing that probably to get his stuff lowered and reduced. Same with Dame here. He could be doing the same thing. Like he may got the money, but it's like, dog, I ain't trying to give you like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's got to throw up something to let him know that, hey, I'm not going out quietly and just paying over. Will it work out? We shall see. He says, in the same filing, attorneys Christopher Brown alleged that Dash bankruptcy was a stalling tactic, noting that the entrepreneur had recently announced new ventures, including a distribution deal with Sony Music for his group Black Guns, a book deal with Simon and Schuster, and even the purchase of new diamond dentures. Wow. It says, despite his legal woes, Dash has reminded the defendant, telling the Breakfast Club last month that he stands by his worth and refuses to let others define him financially. He says, if filed, Dash threatens lawsuit would mark one of the most explosive legal counters in long-running feud with Weber and his former business associate. So again, it looks like he's gonna try to take some shots, and then here we are real quick to the other story real quick, and then we're gonna go on to Puffy here probably within the next 10 minutes. But where we at real quick, let's see, you guys should be seeing my screen on this one. Making sure it says, Dash says Jay-Z doesn't look out for nobody, which I thought, who was it? He got his own podcast now. If I'm not mistaken, what's the dude that be like doing around here? It'll come to me in a second, but I think Biggs keeps quiet and he seems good. And then from what I got from it, the dude that used to rap, Memphis Bleak, there we go. Memphis Bleak has nothing but the most positive things to say about Jay-Z and says Jay-Z takes well care of him. You know what I mean? I mean, basically, not like handing him money, but making sure he's straight. So we'll see how it goes right here. It says, Dame said, no man's hand is feeding me. So pretty much says Jay-Z doesn't look out for people. I mean, we know he not giving you no bread, Dame. We know that already. I mean, this one right here is kind of like a given. It says, Dame Dash is speaking on amid ongoing speculation about why Jay-Z hasn't financially supported him despite their long history in the music industry. I mean, at the end of the day, they parted ways, It says, in a recent interview with Cam Capone News, Dash addressed comments from Tony Yayo suggesting Jay-Z doesn't look out for his artists like 50 does. The question was in response to Memphis Bleak addressing the same question during the visit to Drink Champs and stating Jay-Z never had to worry about him financially. He says, homeboy is cold. He doesn't look out for nobody, Dash said of Jay-Z. Bleak is still so loyal because he understands he still gets a lot of opportunities for him. He just not going to enable him. So I respect that. But, for me, he also said something like, he said some slick-ish about me, but it didn't be offended. He said, but I didn't get offended. His perspective is different from mine. No man's hand is feeding me. I'm not biting or putting no fingers in my mouth. Pause. The man whose hand they bite. Wow, that had to be Dame saying at the pause joint. You know how Dame is. He says pause worse than Cameron. Looks like we got Slayer in the building. Says, yo, Sneaker Squad 100. What up? Y'all smash that like button. It says, Dame Dash also addressed criticism from media figures like Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy, claiming they're working for Jay-Z and spent years trying to discredit him. Right? Okay, I remember he did say that part on the Breakfast Club interview, which was very entertaining if you ask me. I actually really, really liked the joint. I thought it was pretty, in Dame fashion, in Breakfast Club fashion, not to be surprised at all. Says, they just kept effing with me for the last 10 years, discrediting everything that I do. Why do y'all want me to look broke so bad? He said before explaining his feelings toward people asking why Jay-Z doesn't help him. He says, everybody likes to talk about me. I really don't mind. And he says, I'm flattered. As long as I'm in the algorithm, I'm good. Because, again, I want people to think I'm weak. I really do. Says he added, y'all be seeing my life so much better than yours, so how could you keep feeling sorry for me? And that's what I don't understand. People will see me live better than them by little better than by 10, 20, and still feel sorry for me. But they live in a little ass apartment that's rented, you know? He says, like, they live terrible. They work every day, but I'm sitting here relaxing with my family office, doing things that are creative. So, I mean, I don't know. Dame has a right to speak how he wants to speak, and I'm pretty sure this is the component news that we were just talking about where that came from. I'm not gonna play that joint tonight, but yeah, I mean, Dame is being active and doing these interviews, and I'm almost positive he probably charges for these joints too. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming the man's not gonna speak for free, you know, within reason. You know, especially if you become a regular on the show. Even DJ Vlad pretty much pays his guests too for certain ones. I'm assuming, right, the reason he hasn't been on DJ Vlad's show because I don't think they get along too well. Says the entrepreneur also emphasized that he operates independently and without debt, and said people are looking at someone who is not under the control of people giving out money. He says, if you have debt, you are controlled. Whoever gave you that money is telling you what to do, period. Investment is one thing, debt is another, he said. Dash also stressed that his focus is on protecting his family legacy. I've got to fight because that's in front of my kids. I'm fighting for them right now. So pretty much Dame let him know he's not taking this backing down. So we'll see how that goes right here. So let's go and transition on to the Diddy story because, you know, I'm going to be on this joint for roughly another 25 minutes or so. I want to make sure I cover as much as I can about the Diddy case. Some tells me I will be revisiting this story as well. So pretty much this broke October 3rd. This one is what posted right here. So if I'm not mistaken, that was definitely Friday, right? Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Friday. I'm almost positive, right? Okay. It says Diddy sentenced to 4 years in prison, right? Okay. This one right here, I'm gonna read from a different place other than just Complex all the time because I do use multiple sources. Says Diddy has been sentenced to just over 4 years in prison on charges of transportation to engage in prostitution. This my thing, dog. Everybody could borderline be guilty of this to a certain extent, men and women, right? Have you ever dated somebody that didn't live in the same area as you, and then if they didn't have a whip or you wanted to give them gas money when they got here? That's the same kind of concept if you think about it, especially if it's a willing participant. Now, to the best of my knowledge, he's not being accused of R-ing anybody, right? And y'all know what I mean by R-ing, right? I don't want to say it for YouTube. But to the best of my knowledge, he's not being accused of R-ing anybody. So, to be honest, those people took the stand, but the judge them are trying to play it off like they were held against their will. But I don't think they were. I think they were all just some freaks. You know what I mean? Just to keep it real. Again, whole lot of alleged. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I don't. And even still, like, I don't know. He's got to appeal this one to me, man. It says Diddy has been sentenced to just over 4 years, and we read that part. It says the Bad Boy Records founder, real name Sean Combs, was also handed a $500,000 fine and 5 years of suspended or supervised release by Judge Aaron at the sentencing hearing in New York on Friday, October 3rd, according to CNN. This is my thing, dog. He got to do 4 years. He's got a year already knocked off for time served because you wouldn't let him get bail, right? Then when he does that, gets out, in 2 years at best, and then he's got another, 5 years of, supervised, pretty much probation, meaning people watch, you got to call, you got to check in, and that's harder than what you think, right? I've had several family members that have been sentenced to probation, and they broke it each and every single time. No cap. What we got? Slayer says, I read Diddy was crying on the floor when he heard 4 years. Okay, so I did see that floating around as well. But when I watched all my research before doing a live, he did do that, but that was a minute ago. That actually wasn't recently. I think that was just an old drawing. Keep in mind, we're just seeing drawings of this too, of what he possibly looks like. You know what I'm saying? This stuff hasn't been publicized because I believe since it's federal, they won't do it. If it was a state case, we would have it all over YouTube. But yeah, I seen that floating around too. But I think that happened at another time. Not that didn't happen Friday, to the best of my knowledge. It says a substantial sentence must be given to send a message to abusers and victims alike that abuse against women and met with real accountability, the judge said while announcing his decision. This is my thing right there. That's why that whole Cassie video that he settled out of court, he settled it, right? And I think he didn't get any criminal charges for it because the statute of limitations is up whenever that happened. So this my thing, right? That shouldn't even be abusing, shouldn't even be even brought up in this. I do feel like he's wrongly sentenced right now. I'm gonna just keep it real. He didn't. I don't think he like. That's the one video he got on him, but nobody else was sitting up there. I don't think saying they were abusing anything. And maybe he doesn't mean as in like a physical way. Maybe it means because these women were forced to do all these SA acts. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it purposely for YouTube. Said Diddy, 55, faced up to 11 years and 3 months behind bars and had requested a maximum sentence of 14 months, which would have effectively seen him released on time served. So, yeah, that's what he said, that he do for 14 months, which basically means he already served that already. You know what I'm saying? So he would have been home, but I'm assuming this is his courtroom sketches of Diddy crying during the sentencing today. Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, he already knows it's not looking good. And from what I heard from his kids was there, all of them spoke to the judge. My dog, like, I probably would have been bawling too. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. Because at the end of the day, I mean, nobody wants to see their family go down like that, especially if he's taking care of his kids. And obviously, if they're showing up, they love that man. You know what I'm saying? And he does what he does for his kids. I ain't heard none of his kids say anything bad, you know? It says the hip hop mogul addressed the court prior to learning his fate, apologizing to his victims, including his ex-girlfriend Cassie, and claiming that he had gotten lost in access in his ego. Says, however, the judge rejected Puffy's lawyer's attempt to criticize the freak-offs and hotel nights as an intimate, consensual experiences or just sex, drugs, and rock and roll story. This is my thing. I think it is more of that, like kind of like one of those. It just that was what they did. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there are more people that did. Like, I'm gonna be honest, dog. When I used to watch a lot of like MTV stuff growing up, I seen and I'm not gonna throw out nobody's name to give anybody a tip. Pause. But I literally heard like so many like rock and roll stars. You could put that in there, right? Hip hop stars too. Like they were saying, like, yo, these girls that come backstage or do anything. And like one dude was like, he seen girl take XYZs and shove it up there, you know what's and everything. Like, I'm not gonna say who, but it definitely was a rock band that was saying it. So I mean, a lot of those people who probably seen that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even right down to like if you think about back in the day for NBA basketball, Magic Johnson himself allegedly, you know, said that, you know, hey, he was handling business at halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like during, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? He was really getting it in. So I say all that to say, like, that could have just been it. I don't know if anybody was art or anything, but it don't seem like it was. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just my thought process on it right now. Let's see. Slayer says, they always apologize when they got caught. I mean, you kind of have to apologize kind of like that, right? Case in point, I've been in cases before, and when I had like settled out of court or, you know, pled guilty, which I basically did, to some stuff, and you get like character letters together, you get people and you can speak to yourself. I honestly, based off my experience, dog, you better off just keeping your mouth closed, for real, for real. Just taking your fate, don't address them, just get the hell on, because there ain't nothing you're gonna say to, especially if a judge already got their mind made up. You know what I'm saying? I guess he just had to say something. You know what I'm saying? It says, a history of good works cannot erase the power and control you had over the women you professed to love dearly. He says, the Sobranian told Diddy, you abused them physically, emotionally, and psychologically, and you used that to get your way. Diddy was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation and engaged in prostitution in the past July, although he was acquitted on more serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and ex-trafficking. He was arrested in September 2024 following Homeland Security raids on his 2 properties in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami. Wow. So if that's 2 properties, I'm assuming 1 in Los Angeles, that's got to be 3, but I'm assuming, I don't know, because if that's 3 different places, then yeah. But yeah, he did get the raids. I remember when that, man, I couldn't believe it, yo. You know what I mean? I'm still shocked at this, right? It says, let's see, Slayer says, Magic scoring on and off the court. Most definitely. But you saw how that went too, right? It's going to go right there. So let me also says like what Diddy's plan is. We're going to transition because we kind of covered that real quick. I want to make sure I get the appeal claims part coming in real quick because they saying that it's really not going to be safe for him to be behind bars for real, for real. From what I've been hearing also, somebody's already tried to shank him, you know, allegedly. But they just didn't bring it out to the public. You know what I'm saying? So this is what his attorney says. Diddy's lawyers plan to appeal. Claims judge acted as a 13th juror, which I can see that, right? I can see why they would say that. Attorney Mark Affilio claimed Judge Sabrinian second-guessed the jury's verdict, right? Okay, so this was pretty much posted on, October 4th, right? So this was posted on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, because if the 3rd was Friday, then this was on Saturday. It says, Sean Diddy Combs' legal team will be appealing the music mogul's 50-month prison sentence, citing strong critique from the judge presiding over the case. On Friday, October 3rd, Southern District of New York Judge Aran Sabrinian sentenced Diddy to 4 years and 2 months, in addition to ordering a $500,000 fine for 2 counts of violating the Mann Act. Says the Bad Boy Entertainment founder will receive credit for the 12 months he served in jail. Says after sentencing, Diddy's attorney spoke to reporters outside of the courthouse with lawyer Mark Affilio announcing his plans to appeal. Says in the video by the legal reporter Megan Kushnoff, Affilio claimed that the judge Sabrinian's belief that the sexual encounters were non-consensual was absolutely inconsistent with the jury's verdict. It says the jury's verdict was really clear. He continued, there was no ex-trafficking, there was no racketeering, everything was consensual, everything was adult, which is why he convicted of only a prostitution offense. This is true, and I'll give him that one right there, because my thing is this, and this is probably where they're going to play the video right here. This may be him speaking out. That looks like YSL still right there, right next to him. I'm definitely going to play that. It says, what you feel happened was the judge acted as a 13th juror. One of them did not choose, and he's a second guess the jury's verdict, the Affilio claim. And this is the Megan Kushnoff. I think she's done interviews with Vlad. Says Diddy's lawyer, my fellow judge, acted as the 13th juror. So we're going to play this right here, because this is what I want to play this right here. You can watch on X, but I'm going to see if I can just play it right from this page right here. Fair use, by the way. So hopefully we can get this. I want to hear it says, we're planning to appeal. Let's see if we can get this played.
We are planning to appeal. We think we have strong bases to appeal.
Yeah.
The strongest basis is that the jury reached a verdict on coercion. It found there was not coercion. And I think the judge said coercion today as a basis for a sentence.
Hey, salutes to YSL still, though.
At least a dozen times. We think that is unconstitutional. Yeah. We think that a jury verdict should mean more than our jury's verdict seems to mean, and so we are planning to appeal.
The judge clearly thought the sexual encounters weren't consensual.
Because he's biased.
What did you make of his remarks?
He's biased.
If anyone, I'm happy to go. So we think that's just absolutely inconsistent with the jury's verdict. I mean, the jury's verdict was resoundingly clear. There was no sex trafficking. There was no racketeering. Everything was consensual.
Facts.
Everything was adult, which is why he was convicted only of the prostitution offense. What we feel happened today was that the judge acted as a 13th juror,
yes,
one that we did not choose, and that he...
You can hear people in the background saying, yeah, he did.
Second guess the jury's verdict.
Well, at least the judge was open-minded. At least the judge was open-minded for both sides. He gave consideration.
Did you have a chance to talk to Sean Combs? Did you have a chance to talk to your client? Can you tell us about the conversation after the sentence?
How was he?
How's your client?
How will this impact sex workers?
But he's okay. But he's okay.
Come on, man.
Brian's still a G, dog. Disappointed.
Space out. He does feel justice was served, though. He said he takes accountability, and I felt like
man, they're questioning these people like crazy,
accountability
dog.
for everything, sir. And I would like to just let you know that everything was not consensual, sir. Please don't say that. It was not consensual. Even Diddy admitted.
This is the defense team, man. Let's answer the question.
Yes, but he did allegedly.
All right, Queen. All right, Queen. All right.
Damn, the attorney, the reporters are answering their own questions. The attorneys are just keeping it quiet like a G.
Obviously, we spoke to Sean. I'm not going to talk about what Sean and we discussed. It's obviously it's a privilege.
We all feel comfortable bringing.
And tell us what location are you going to recommend?
No matter which community it impacts.
What are the next steps?
Why weren't the sex workers on trial today? Hold on, bro. Where were the escorts?
Wow.
Stop, bro.
They asking a lot of questions, bro.
Next steps.
What's next?
Why weren't the escorts leaking?
They're gonna do appeals next. Is what's next? You kind of already got these answers.
The right facility for Mr. Combs. We're going to ask the judge to recommend that. We are very serious about pursuing an appeal. So we have a number of things all going on at the same time. I think that's all for me.
And you got about 14 days to start doing that?
If my colleagues want to continue to ask questions.
Put that in motion.
Thank you, sir.
14 days to put that in motion.
Wow. So that sucks. But I mean, that come with the game too, man. It says after a brief commotion among those speaking to the lawyers, let's see, Fringio said the team was attempting to find the right facility for Mr. Combs, but we're very serious about pursuing his appeal, so they're definitely going to appeal it. I'm pretty sure Diddy wants an appeal. I want them to appeal it as well. It says, Judge explained his decision during the sentencing hearing, saying that while Diddy has violated, inspired, and lifted up communities, his history of good works can't wash away the record in this case, which showed that you abuse your power and control that you had over the lives over women with profess to love dearly. It says you abused them physically, emotionally, psychologically. We kind of read that part. It says Diddy apologized during the sentencing to his victims, his mothers, Janice Combs, and even his 7 children, including his adopted son, Quincy Brown. It says a video montage of Diddy's good deeds was also played during the hearing while he was spending time with his children and giving back to the community. Let me see if this is a video right here we can play real quick, because I don't think I've seen the joint, which is what I was going to play right here. Obviously, I kind of already had it up in another tab, but I want to see if it actually has the video, Children Speak. But I don't know if they actually going to play it right here. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of what it breaks it down. I was hoping to find like a video, but they did do like a dedicated like video to show how good he was and play that to the judge to the best of my knowledge. So we did see that as well. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this is kind of one of those like, yes, Diddy is probably not the best, like, I guess, representation of like a good guy per se, but what he's on trial for, I feel like he didn't, they didn't get it right. You know what I'm saying? Did he abuse Cassie? Sure. Should he have been in trouble for that? Sure. But that's a whole nother case, whole different other thing. I mean, they went for a whole RICO and it didn't stick. How many people, too? I want to throw this out there, right? If you go down the history of RICOs, not too many people beat RICOs. They usually have to plead guilty in some way, shape, or form. Mr. Combs did not, and here we are. He's gotten accused of basically just being freaks and have women throw himself at his feet. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, you know what I'm saying? All I tell people all the time, he's doing what a lot of people would probably do if they're freaks. He can just do it on a bigger level. And rest in peace, but a great example, I would say this, like, okay, I have a question. I'm going to say it nicely, right, for YouTube. Right? Hugh Hefner, Playboy founder, Playboy Mansion. Do you think all those, it's just a question. You think all those women hung around him just because they really loved him? And I'm not saying some of them didn't, but I mean, like, come on, man. This dude he's a professional pornographer maker, right? Okay. Maybe this is what Diddy did on the side. He just didn't want his name to be out there attached to it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Long Beach Joe Jess in the building says, salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up, what up, what up, what up? So let me get through this last article, and then we're going to wrap things up here right at the hour mark. So it says, Diddy's attorney and friend says mogul clearly faces risk of prison assault. So they want to find him the right facility. That's probably why they've been saying that. Let's see. Mark Gango's daughter, Tindy, was a member of Diddy's defense team during the federal trial. It says, let's see. A lawyer with a long-standing reputation with Sean Diddy Combs believes that the music mogul should be concerned about SA, which is pretty much, you know what, S assault in prison. Says, whose daughter Tindy is a member of Diddy's defense team, spoke with TMZ Harvey Lemon about Diddy's upcoming 50-month sentence in federal prison. When was this drop? When did this article drop? I want to say October 4th too. So a lot of people have been speaking out on this because it caught a lot of people off guard. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? He says, it says, we read that part. It says, read that one. It says, it's a prison. You always have to watch your back. Literally said the attorney. If that's the case, you've never out of the woods until you get released. If you are in a camp or a low-level designation, your eyes go down dramatically. Let me see if I can play this clip right here, too. Fair use, by the way, real quick. Might as well see if we can get this, too. Might as well get a little audio going on tonight. This is 30 minutes long now. I don't want to play that whole joint. And it probably got all that background music in there. But I will say this. We'll just read through it and push through it. But obviously he's concerned for his client because, I mean, obviously, let's just keep it 100, right? This is prison, people. You know what I'm saying? And from what I hear from other family members, too, some prisons are better than jail, which jail is like a holding place for the most part until you find out your fate. Sometimes you go to prison, sometimes you don't. If you look at YFN Lucci, right? Remember, he sat in jail for a couple years. That means you're innocent until proven guilty, but you can't go home unless they get you bail, which they wouldn't let him get bail. Then once he pled guilty and he did his time, like I think it was like 3 to 5 months. And let me clarify this. That is a long time. Anytime your freedom is taken away from you, it's a long time. Trust me. Anybody ever said like they don't want to go back, and the people that keep going back, I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, they get it. He can't be, what they're saying, he can't go to like regular prison. Like he's got to be, if there even is a such thing, a nice, probably highly secured like prison because of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like R. Kelly. You can't have him in there with the general population, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. He's going to be out in protective custody, but he's going to be probably in some other, like, another level. You know what I mean? Like, R. Kelly is that dude as far as, like, you know, musically, but Diddy on another level, you know? Both, not saying are great stand-up human beings, but it's just how things were back at the time. It don't make it right. It says, elsewhere in the podcast episode, Grievous gave his thoughts about the prosecutors revealing during the sentencing that Diddy had already scheduled speaking arrangement as if he was getting released immediately after sentencing. He says, a lot of times you find people in these situations and high-profile people make decisions that aren't the best. He said, I think it's earnest about wanting the better himself. The attorney said, believe that Diddy's life is in danger echoes what the mogul's lawyer Brian Steele claimed during the sentencing. While speaking to the judge during the hearing, Steele said that Diddy was targeted to be shanked by a prisoner, which I'll see if I can pull that up too, because to be honest, that's what I've been hearing. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, maybe they just wanted to keep it quiet for what have reason, right? Okay, which I think a lot of these articles I already had up anyway. But some of this right here, Diddy's lawyer, mogul claim, yeah. So we're going to cover that part too. It says, Sean is not the typical person in custody. Everyone knows him, said Steele. It's a trophy for them. They get their recognition if they harm him. Diddy was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison in addition to having to pay a $500,000 fine for 2 counts of violating the Mann Act. He will receive credit for 13 months that he's already served in jail. The mogul's legal team has already announced its plans to appeal, which we've seen that. And then, of course, his said the claim the judge acted as like pretty much as was non-consensual, but I feel like they were consensual, right? You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: I feel like everybody saw those tapes at Washington Court, and even if the jurors said that they didn't see that, right? So I'll cover this last little part for the last 5 minutes. It says Diddy's lawyers claim the moguls was nearly stabbed in jail. This is crazy, dog. I didn't know who would want to stab Diddy, man. And to be honest, and almost, but I'm assuming Diddy. Honestly, though, I think Diddy really bought that life, though. I don't think you really want to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he can make moves in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to look out for saying I'm against Diddy here, but some tell me, I've heard, let's not act like Diddy ain't faced like that shooting case back from that club with Shine, where they claim Shine did the shooting, but he said really Sean did it. I'm talking Diddy here, where J-Lo then was there and this and a third. So Diddy been in some legal trouble before, and he's bounced back. It says only one Adrena. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. It says, hello, everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? My bad if I mispronounce your name. My bad. Y'all smash that like button as y'all commenting out, man. I'll be on this one for like another 5 minutes. So let me see if I can get through this one real quick. It says, where we at? Brian still claimed a guard stopped the attack before it happened. So, damn, like Diddy almost got shanked up in that bitch. Sheesh. It says, Sean Diddy Combs' legal teams claim that he was almost stabbed by another inmate while he was incarcerated at the New York City's detention center, according to TMZ and Inner City Press during Diddy's sentencing hearing for his federal trial. His lawyer, Brian Still, claimed that Diddy's been targeted while a MDC Brooklyn because certain people believe they'd gain status in jail if they were to attack him. Still said that one of the jail's guards stopped a man who was planning to target Diddy's with a shank. Interesting. So Combs Still says, I've been here when Sean has prayed for healing for anyone. So anyway, yeah, it says anyone that has heard it. It's now 12 months and 17 days in the MDC. There are certain people who gain privilege to if they hurt him. The guard stopped a man from the shank. He eats out of a bag's chips. Wow. Interesting. Wow. So I'm assuming that he had the joint. Says, I'm assuming maybe he had it in the bag of chips. Maybe how did they catch the joint? So somebody was about to stab him up. I also want to say this too. Keep in mind, right? I know this is not everybody's favorite person either. Keep in mind, Tory Lanez got stabbed up in that mother trucker, yo. You know what I'm saying? Tory Lanez bought it too. But and I'm gonna say this too. This with anybody. You could easily get caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? You can't always, you think you always prepared, but you can easily get caught off guard, dog. We all have. You know what I'm saying? AKA get caught lacking. You know what I mean? Not saying Diddy shouldn't be on his guard and not know where he at, but at the same time, you got to be like, maybe sometimes you just don't be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you got protection back on you too, if a person already made a move and caught you off guard, if they make the right move the first time, it's over. Or could be anyway. It says, Sean is not the typical person in custody. Everyone knows him. Said Still, he's a trophy for them. They get recognition to harm him. Because of the incident, Still alleged that Diddy hasn't slept for more than 2 consecutive hours since his arrest. He eats out of bags. He eats chips all day long. He added, wow, so he's just eating chips in there. He ain't eating no real food. He says he sometimes would tell me it's not worth going on. There's nothing here. There's no more hope. Still added, but his family, he could not again bring suffering on them. He would just be more trauma to them. Earlier during the hearing, Diddy came under fire from the prosecutor, Christy Solvik, who claimed that the music mogul is already expecting to be released because he's planning speaking events, which I did hear he had already had a show already kind of booked, you know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming he thought like he gonna get time served and get the hell on up out of here, you know what I'm saying? But who's to say that wasn't something that always was prior that did get canceled? It could have been something that wasn't canceled that was supposed to be canceled because he didn't know his fate. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So Lovick said that the defendant doesn't appreciate or understand the gravity of his criminal conduct. He says, addressing Diddy's supposed event, said he has booked speaking engagements in Miami for next week. This is the height of bears, Your Honor. He says, according to Diddy's attorney, The mogul's defense is seeking a 14-month sentence. The prosecution, meanwhile, is looking for Diddy to be sentenced to 11 years. So this one is a little bit older. Says the attorney also brought up Diddy's past as contributing to the case of what he's been convicted of. Domestic violence tends to come from childhood trauma. It's very clear that Sean Combs has genuine psychological challenges. This is my thing. He didn't do any domestic. He wasn't convicted of that, though. I don't think that's where I think he's got a better chance at the appeal. And I hope he does actually appeal, man. Let me put myself back on the main screen real quick. I'm about to get ready to wrap this joint up anyway. But yeah, I do think that he was not sentenced properly if I'm going to keep it 100, dog. I'm not saying he was Mr. Perfect over here. But at the same time, I do think that, you know, you got to make the crime, and nobody's in history been sentenced this long for sex trafficking, right? Or basically prostitution, right? I don't even think it was sex trafficking, allegedly, right? So it's prostitution, which prostitution is illegal, but I mean, I think they got that wrong too, because if you think about it, was Diddy to be prostitute? I thought that if you pimping women out, and I'm gonna close out with this, that means to me, right? And maybe I'm misunderstanding the definition, but if you are a pimp and you're a prostitution, right? Wouldn't that mean he would have to make money off of having these ladies do these and do all this with other people? Or is it prostitution? I think it probably works both ways. There's probably the pimp side of things where the pimp gets paid, but then the people who pay for it, they're just as guilty. But this is my thing, right? If that's the case, if it's prostitution, all the ladies that was involved, they should be charged too. Because, I mean, Cassie picked a lot of these male workers, right, from what we heard in the story. So my thing is this, like, all of them should be on trial then. You know what I mean? They're all guilty. But the judge seems to think that these women were forced to do these acts. This is my thing, though. If you didn't see him in, like, tied up in he didn't have him tied up in a basement. And I'm pretty sure that he couldn't have been around him 24/7 because this man made music. This man literally is a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? But in his free time, it just looks like he really liked the release. You know what I mean? Some people are just like that. And I'm not trying to take up for Diddy here, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see how you know what I'm saying? They wasn't held under lock and key. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. I mean, if you didn't want to be a part of the lifestyle, then leave. But, you know what people going to say, well, they didn't want to leave the money. Well, then they want to be there. You know, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. Like, bro, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So, you either going to get with the lifestyle or you're not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? If they were calling it, and this is my thing, like, you really wanted to make this man that happy? I mean, I guess. I mean, I digress right there, man. But let's wrap things up for tonight, man. We just pretty much talked Diddy's sentence. He's been sentenced to 4 years and a $500,000 fine, and he plans to appeal. We also talked Dame Dash at the beginning of the live where he plans to, I guess, take some legal action against the people who sued him. He also talked about how he never, you know, had his hand out for Jay-Z. So he's always probably going to always talk about that. So I'm going to say this, man. I pray for both of these brothers. Hopefully, you know, if they are wrongly accused of things, they can get things reversed and figured out. But anybody who knows has been through the legal system, especially me, it can be time consuming and also expensive. Legal stuff is not cheap. I'm going to leave it right there, right? Okay, so pretty much we just talked Diddy sentenced him to 4 years and $500,000 and $500,000 in fines. And then, of course, we talk Dame Dash, $100 million RICO. Other than that, man, I'm going to go and get out of this thing and start rambling, man. Y'all definitely hit that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try hauls. Y'all know this is Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash that like button, sub up, and I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. And I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
My heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.